Coming up on DHN.
I'll introduce you to one young lady whose version of my ASL story has gone viral.
For one Texas town, trick-or-treating will have to wait.
Some of them are upset with it.
Find out why next.
Sexual assault can be serious enough, but what if you found out it happened to you through a video posted on social media? We've got the latest.
Deaf Cambodians are just learning a national sign language. See how one American Ph.D. student is making a difference. DHN, where you can get all the news of the day with signing, voices, and captions.
DHN starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Yingst-Huber.
And I'm Brandon Grigsby. Today we wanted to start off with a story about a woman who will end her life in just 2 days.
Even tell you the amount of relief that it provides me to know that I don't have to die the way that it's been described to me that my brain tumor would take me.
Brittany Minard is a 29-year-old newlywed who was diagnosed with brain cancer and told that she would die slowly and painfully. She moved to Oregon, one of only 5 states that legally allows for doctors to end the life of a patient who is terminally ill.
I know that it's there when I need it. I plan to be surrounded by my immediate family, which is my husband and my mother and my stepfather and my best friend who's also a physician. And probably not much more people.
Maynard's decision has brought up debate about assisted suicide, but one woman agrees with her.
I was thoroughly surprised by her decision, mainly because of her age. I was very impressed with her decision, and I don't like to see anybody suffer for so long.
Leslie Romack watched her husband Bobby die of kidney cancer less than a decade ago.
He was a fighter. He had a very high pain tolerance, and he never spoke about his suffering.
While Leslie says that it's different with every person, she believes it should be up to them if their suffering is too much to bear.
Really, I wish that everybody had their own rights, within good reason, of course.
Maynard says this decision gives her the opportunity to die with dignity.
I will die upstairs in my bedroom that I share with my husband, with my mother and my husband by my side.
The Cambodian deaf community is now learning a national sign language. We wanted to bring you a feature piece about one U.S. scholar who is making a difference throughout their community.
Well, when I first started my study for my PhD, I read an article about there being no sign language in Cambodia. So I kept wondering how that was possible and if it was true. I wanted to see it for myself.
Erin Moriarty Harrelson is one of the 5 students to be chosen for the National Geographic's first ever Fulbright Digital Storytelling Fellowship. A Fulbright Scholarship is also one of the most coveted grants among scholars.
Ugh, I felt like I had no chance at all. Plus, they were only going to pick 5 people. That's it. And it was their first time offering. So when they actually picked me, I was shocked.
She will stay in Cambodia for 9 months.
I observed them teaching sign language to deaf people who have never seen sign language before. It's really fascinating for me to see that there are really deaf people who really have no other form of, communication except to just point at things.
The National Geographic also asked that Erin focus on documenting culture.
It's really just a different kind of community, a different way of connecting with each other and bonding with loved ones and family. I do see a lot of similarities. Here, deaf people have the tendency to prefer being around other deaf people, or they prefer to be with other people who sign. That way, there's more of an exchange of ideas and communication. That's the same with the U.S.
The Khmer Rouge led the country as a communist government for years and was known for horrific genocide. Among other things, this stopped a national sign language from forming. It's dissolved within the last few decades, and it has sparked groups like the Deaf Development Program in Cambodia.
They all keep telling me that they have nothing. They need actual documentation, they need information, they need someone to show the government what it's like in the life of a deaf person. So that's really my goal, to provide them with the research they need so they can support their community.
Erin says it's been quite the learning process living in Cambodia.
There is one cultural mistake that I made without realizing it. During dinner, we have some sort of rug that we put down and the food goes on top of the rug. And we all sat around it and ate. I stood up and walked over the corner where there was food, and I didn't think much of it and just stepped over the corner, but they were all very upset. I guess you aren't supposed to walk over the rug when there's food on top of it. I apologize for my mistake, of course.
With laughter also comes a sense of responsibility.
I'm the only deaf person. It's my responsibility to set a good precedent for deaf people. That way, they will be more willing to give deaf people this fellowship in the future.
Erin returns home this summer.
For me, it's more about spreading awareness of how language is developed and how that process works, and why sign language is specifically so important.
If you've liked us on Facebook, I'm sure you saw this video. Do you think it looked familiar? Willow Herbold is a student at Ph.D, where most of us work. Rhonda got to sit down with her copycat today. Take a look.
Hey!
Hi! We're so happy to have you. Come take a seat. I'm so excited we're getting the chance to talk to you about how you went viral. We actually have the video up of you signing your ASL 1 to 10 and back again story about DHN. See?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how viral it's actually gone?
Yeah, I know. 22,000.
Wow. How do you feel about that?
I feel really proud and kind of famous.
I get it. I'm curious though. Like, out of all the ASL stories out there, why did you pick my story, the one about DHN?
Well, I felt like it was a really good story, and it was really high quality, and it had such a connection with DHN.
Very cool. Now, do you plan on perfecting your skills as you grow up? How do you express yourself and such?
Yes, I want to.
Good. What do you have planned right now?
I want to sign a lot more and do stories and 1 to 10 stories and all those different things and then get them out there.
That's awesome. Now, I hear you have a 1 to 10 Halloween story planned for us, right?
Yes.
We're so excited to see it. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, go show us.
My story's called Little Red Riding Hood Steals Candy.
It's so inspiring seeing kids sign ASL stories.
It's so cute. I love seeing it. It's a great way to value ASL.
Yep.
Let's head over and sign with ASL That.
That. What does that mean? Many deaf people tend to chat and they love using the sign that in conversation. So, what does that technically mean? Say that I'm trying to describe something and I've got these examples and I'm going to show you that. I want you to visualize something, that. I'm chatting with a friend and I'm trying to make a point. I really want to emphasize it, that. I'm going to say, look over there. See, that's the person I was just talking to you about. Over there, that. So that's what that means.
After one little boy complained that superheroes don't wear hearing aids, Marvel decided to create the character Blue Ear. He's a young superhero who does wear hearing aids. Well, Marvel is at it again and teaming up with the Children's Hearing Institute in New York to bring you the comic Sound Effects.
We already had a boy that had the hearing aids. We wanted to have a little girl on which she could have cochlear implants, and that's where the concept came from.
Saphira is the newest addition to the crime-fighting team. The comic was only intended to go into New York schools, but it's gone viral after its release.
We had no idea that it was actually going to take off to this extreme.
While many love the idea of a superhero with cochlear implants, they worried about the impact on deaf culture.
It's a really cool idea, but it's drawing in doctors and supporting the interests of cochlear implants. People are focusing entirely on the CI. But where's the ASL? ASL is an important language.
We certainly aren't shunning the deaf community. Everyone has a right to choose whether they want to pursue any type of technology to help them hear, or if they want to use sign language and, remain in the deaf culture.
Residents outside of New York are looking forward to the possibility of finally getting the chance to read the comic book.
I hope they can really combine it with the deaf community and have the comic book share all the differences between deaf and hard of hearing and CI users, because we are all really so different.
A woman didn't know she'd been sexually assaulted till she saw the video of her attack online. People say that she was in a party in North Carolina this last September when the video was taken. They say she was under the influence of drugs or alcohol during the attack. Advocates for sexual assault victims were stunned by the story.
They post videos and thinking it's cool, and it's not a big deal, but their actions are a clear example of rape culture.
2 men were arrested and charged in the attack, and police say there could be more arrests to come. Diane, so we've been hearing that for one town, high school football is the most important thing. Is that true?
Yeah, in a way. Kids in East Texas in the city of Van will have to wait one more day before collecting bags of candy. Why? Because there's a football game, of course.
And I made the decision to change it to Saturday night due to the fact that there'll be a tremendous amount of people out of town on Friday night.
After 7 straight wins, the Vandals are undefeated and school spirit will be at an all-time high during the 8th game that just so happens to fall on Halloween.
Some of them are upset with it, and that's okay. I hope that they don't stay upset, because I'm not.
In the end, Mayor Stone says he's doing the right thing and accommodating more people in Van.
For the first time in baseball's history, people are watching football more than they are watching the World Series.
I wonder if it's because Kansas City is in this year. Maybe people are looking at them playing and going, who's KC?
Kim Minard is a self-proclaimed hardcore fan of the Kansas City Royals. She says she watches the games even if others don't.
I watch every World Series game, all of them, and I look forward to it every time.
While the whole of America may not be tuning into the World Series as much this year, some of DHN's youngest viewers are.
I love watching baseball, and my favorite team's in the World Series, the Giants.
We talked to these fans just before the World Series finished off last night. And
I hope they can finally stop the Giants' streak of winning every 2 years. Hopefully they can stop it and just win the championship themselves.
Of course the Giants, because we own the pennant, baby!
Giants win!
well, it looks like our youngest fan, Tyler, wins this round. The Giants kept their record of winning in even years and took home the World Series championship.
In the midst of playing the World Series, the Kansas City Royals coach stopped to speak out about the recent death of St. Louis Cardinals' Oscar Taveras.
This hurts. This hurts everybody. You know, a kid this young, for something like this to happen.
He was killed in a car crash at the young age of 22. The accident happened on Sunday in the Dominican Republic. Authorities say weather may have played a factor in the crash.
So what would you guys pick? Halloween or football?
I would pick football. I am definitely excited for the ASU game against U of A.
I don't know.
Yeah, but isn't their game Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
See, and Halloween's on Friday.
I think I'd pick Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.